Under the applications of Bio and Savai's law, now we are interested in finding the magnetic field at any point on the axis of a circular coil. The process is same again. We have to take a current element. This is the direction of current. This is center. This is our point of interest, P. Now you have to join the current element to P. Here this is the radius. Let me write this radius as A, as we are denoting this as R. Let the distance be x. This O to P be x. By seeing this triangle, I can write that R is equal to x square plus a square, as it makes 90 degrees here and it is hypotenuse. Now you have to find out the angle between the current element, which is tangential, and this radius vector R. So in this case, that the angle theta is 90 degrees. It is really tough to imagine the angle theta to be 90 because it is in two-dimensional surface. So to make you understand, I took the real situation. This is the circular coil, and I am keeping one axis for it. So this is the axis which is passing through the center, and now I have to keep the current element. So this is our current element. Now what is this R? Suppose I am interested to take this as the point. Then what I have to do? I have to place this, and here this is acting like R. Now you observe this vector and this radius vector, the angle is 90. It is easy to observe in three-dimensional surface rather on two-dimensional surface. So this is the point of interest, and then we are interested in this angle. So that angle is 90. That is first one. Now let me take out this model. So this theta is 90. Now what we do? We write again Bio and Savai's law statement. What is it? It is dB is equal to mu naught by 4 pi ideal sin theta by R square. So here I can take theta to be 90. Therefore mu naught I dl by 4 pi R square is dB. Now you must know what's the direction of this dB. This is the direction of dB. How it is? Again, let's go back to our model. Now here the magnetic field generated by this should be perpendicular to this as well as the current element. For that, I'll have only one choice. The choice is like this. If you observe the angle between this and then this vector is 90. At the same time, when I move it, this vector, let me place it again, this vector, so this should be perpendicular, and at the same time this is also perpendicular with this vector. So we can say this is the vector of magnetic field dB. That means it is along this direction. Now I can split that into two. Let it be dB, and here if you consider that this is alpha, this is 90. When I resolve this and this here, this is parallel component, this is perpendicular component. If it is alpha, it should be 90 minus alpha. Then again it will be alpha. So perpendicular component is dB cos alpha, and here the parallel component is dB sin alpha. I hope that this is clear. Now we have taken a current element here. Like that, we can take the current elements anywhere on this circular loop. Here, 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 downwards, anywhere. Suppose if you take a current element here, then what happens? The magnetic field direction will be like this. In that case, again I have to resolve that into two components. One is dB sin alpha, the other one as dB cos alpha. How can I say that magnitude is same? Because all other measurements are same only. Because from this it is R, then this should also be R. And here it is A and it is X. So rest of the things are same for this situation also. So I can fairly write dB only for this. Otherwise it would have been dB dash. Okay. Anyway, after writing dB dash also, dB dash is equal to dB, we will come to know. Now if you look at these two figures, we will come to know the net magnetic field B is the summation of all sin alpha components. Now what is dB? Already we have calculated here. That is mu naught I by 4 pi r square, this sin alpha, integral over dl. Now I can write it as mu naught I by 4 pi r square. What is sin alpha from this triangle? It is a by r. And what is integral of total current element? In previous case also we have done. Only the difference is here a is the radius. So it will be 2 pi a. Now mu naught I 2 pi a square 4 pi r cube. R cube means when r is x square plus a square under root, r cube would be x square plus a square to the power of 3 by 2. Therefore, this is the final form to calculate the magnetic field at any point on the axis of circular coil at a distance x is mu naught I 2 pi a square by 4 pi x square plus a square to the power of 3 by 2. Now, a special case can be considered. What is it? Suppose if x is equal to 0, that means our point of interest is shifted to this one. Then what happens when x is equal to 0? If we put in this final result, B that is at the center is equal to mu naught I 2 pi a square by 4 pi when x is 0, a square to the power of 3 by 2, that is a cube. Then we get a result what we have got already, mu naught I by 2 times radius. This is B at the center. This result is also useful for some other purposes even. If you look at this term, it is what? Area of the circle, and I times if you look at this term, it is area, and I times area is only known as magnetic moment. So magnetic moment is represented by m. Therefore, I can write this result as mu naught 2 m by 4 pi x square plus a square whole to the power of 3 by 2. Now, if you talk about point, suppose if the point is far off from the center, that means x is far greater than a, then this a can be neglected. At that time, it becomes B is equal to mu naught by 4 pi 2m by x cube. If you look at this result, it can be compared. We have calculated the electric field on the point of axial line due to a short dipole is 1 by 4 pi epsilon naught times 2p by d cube. So these two results are similar. So you can consider that bar magnet is just similar to a dipole. What is dipole? We have defined when two charges, positive and negative, are placed very close to each other, then we call that setup as electrical dipole. Here also, if you take a bar magnet, on one side north pole will be there, on the other side south pole will be there. Therefore, this bar magnetic can be considered as magnetic dipole. We will make use of this result later also to show that a device called solenoid as an equivalent of a bar magnet. So this is very important derivation. This is the demonstration to show the magnetic field generated by the circular current carrying coil. Here I have taken a battery eliminator, a circular coil with different number of turns, and then I placed 3 magnetic needles here just to observe the presence of magnetic field. Now when I switch it on, all the magnetic needles have been deflected. Let's watch the deflection closely. I switched it off. Now when I switch it on, you just watch the deflection of magnetic needles, which confirms the presence of magnetic field generated by this circular current carrying conductor. Here one more fact that we can observe, that the angle twisted by the first one is greater than the second than the third.